we're looking at the Truefree T2 wireless earbuds. Now, Truefree was nice enough to send these out to me, but as always, you're going to get my honest consumer-friendly review. Now, these would be considered a budget pair of earbuds. However, they have a lot of technology in them. And so we're going to look at these and see if these are going to deliver based on the technology that they have on paper. So let's jump into the review. For starters, the Truefree T2s are proof that technology within the earbud space is starting to become a lot more affordable and obtainable. This doesn't necessarily mean that everyone with similar technology is executing it at the same level, but that they are starting to include high-end tech in budget earbuds. The T2s come in only at $29, but include on paper some great technology: 10mm biocompound diaphragm drivers. They're 4 grams each with an ergonomic design. They're AI-enhanced noise cancellation with dual microphones on each earbud for phone calls and things. Bluetooth 5.3 should give you a more stable connection, quick connecting to your cell phone or mobile device, whatever you're using, and a game mode with 50 milliseconds of latency. So basically, there shouldn't be any issues with watching videos or entertainment or playing a game with these. Smart touch control, including Smart Assistant, and up to 23 hours of playtime using the charging case, but 6.5 hours from one single charge. As far as the size, these are small and compact. Now, the case is small and it takes up little space, which I always prefer. Now, the buds themselves barely reach the tips of my ears and fit well in my ears. They come out with 2 extra sets of ear tips so that you can adjust the size as necessary to have the best fit. Now, Truefree focuses on building earbuds and headphones that can be worn during exercise. They say light exercise or light activities. These have a nice fit and shorter than the tips of my ears and lightweight with 3 different tips to choose from. And so I can see these as a really great option when going to the gym. Now, let's jump into the sound, right? The important part, the sound. Typically, the driver's side is a good indicator if earbuds are going to deliver a large sound stage. However, you will find that larger drivers aren't always guaranteed to deliver better sound. Most gaming headsets use 40mm drivers, even though 50mm drivers are also available. I had my reservations when I saw that the T2s only use very small 10mm drivers. However, I was pleasantly surprised that these deliver a lot of volume for their size. They are tuned to have more bass, but it's not overpowering. It is not as punchy as I'd like and can be a little elongated as it hits, but it's not unpleasant. I would describe it as having more character with less refinement. In regards to the highs, they are decent. They're not super bright or harsh at all, but genuinely pleasant. I found myself listening to Dru Hill, These Are the Times, over and over, literally enjoying the ride back to the 90s R&B when music was filled with emotional vulnerability. Now, when Jazz starts the first verse of that song, if you're familiar with it, the character of the bass did not mask his vocal introduction. However, these do have a really present mid, and this will show up in some songs more than others, depending on the composition of the music. For example, Life Jennings' I Can't has a lot of mid in it, and it shows up and is present throughout the song, and it amplifies the lows a little bit. Now, this would be considered, I guess you could consider this as having more character, and a lot of people prefer this type of music over what I typically like. But in all honesty, I could say I was quite surprised by the low end and what comes out of such a small package, and I would label them as bass heavy. Definitely, I would label them as bass heavy overall, but as I stated, I am not opposed to the amount there and what's present. But if you want a cleaner mix, these would not deliver that, at least for R&B. When I got to some of my favorites in the alternative or rock space, these perform really well in that space. So songs like Anthem of Our Dying Day by Story of the Year, Switchfoot, Meant to Live, Bullet for My Valentine, All These Things I Hate, you'll find a consistent mid in these, a little higher than what you're used to, so it makes them sound more forward. And for that type of music, it's all about the environment, and so they fit really well in that. So I think they're good for that type of music. Hey, this is Cozy Christopher, and I'm doing a sound test for the Truefree T2 earbuds. Now, these have 4 microphones in total, 2 on each earbud, basically to cancel out any sound when you're speaking and things like this, and they kick in when you're actively using them to speak or record. And so this is what you can expect for them to sound like. Now, it's not a true representation because the video as well as memo recorder doesn't always give you the best, but this is basically close to what you can expect if you're going to be using these for a phone call. So I think these are a good option for the price point, right? They're lightweight, they fit really well, they don't come out of your ears. And I think even though they're a little bit more forward, I think that they're not tuned bad. I don't think they're tuned bad. I would say they have a lot more character than what I'm typically going to listen to. But if I'm going to listen to something in the gym, this is the type of headphone that I would listen to, because they have really good lows and the mid is present and the vocal is good as well. And if I had to compare these to like earbuds in their price range or close to their price range, like the Amazon Echo Buds 2023, I would say these have a much better low end and a mid, and the Amazon Echoes have a better high end, but those are really bright and almost harsh. And I even said that those kind of lose themselves when they get to the top volume, whereas these are nice all the way up through the volume, all the way up to the top. So yeah, so I think these are good. And 2 years ago, you wouldn't have found all of this technology in an earbud for $29. And so let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoy earbud reviews, I'll put another video here for you to take a look at. But as always, stay cozy in that crazy world, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.